Welcome back to my kitchen, fellow bakers and food enthusiasts. Today we're diving into a gluten-free Thanksgiving dinner that's guaranteed to make your guests' taste buds dance with joy. We've got mouth-watering bone-in ham, creamy smashed potatoes, sweet baked potatoes, golden corn, crisp garden carrots, heavenly pumpkin pie, and warm apple crisp for dessert. So let's get started and I'll show you how to create a Thanksgiving feast that everyone will remember. First up, our centerpiece for this gluten-free Thanksgiving feast is the bone-in ham. A baked ham with a brown sugar glaze. It's a showstopper for any holiday meal, and of course, it's gluten-free.
Preheat oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Combine Dijon mustard and orange juice. Brush over ham. Place the ham flat side down in a roasting pan and cover tightly with tin foil. Roast for 12 to 15 minutes per pound or according to package directions.
We're going to glaze it with a mixture of brown sugar, orange juice, and some spices, and then roast it to perfection until it's wonderfully caramelized and succulent.
Meanwhile, combine the glaze ingredients and bring to a boil. Turn heat down and simmer for 2 to 3 minutes and cool. 15 minutes before the ham is done, remove from the oven and turn the oven up to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Brush with the glaze and return to the oven until the glaze is caramelized and the ham has reached the safe cook temperature.
In our home, you can't serve ham without the mustard ham sauce. I've searched for recipes similar to this one online, but it just doesn't exist. So my kids have requested that I put it in a cookbook so they will have it forever. The ingredients might throw you off a bit, but the vinegar and sugar contrast each other perfectly with the mustard zip. It's a Pratt family must-have.
My mom used this recipe. My grandma used this recipe. It has been around for a really long time. The ingredients are, again, unique with egg, brown sugar, white sugar. I used 1-to-1 flour, dry mustard, vinegar, water, and you cook that until thick, and then after it's cool, you add a half a cup of margarine until it's completely mixed in. But it tastes divine. We love our ham with this ham sauce.
So why a gluten-free Thanksgiving? Well, I recently made the life-changing decision to go gluten-free after following some fantastic advocates on treating hypothyroidism and autoimmune disorders and reading numerous books on the subject. The consistent message was clear. If you're not feeling your best, remove gluten from your diet, as it can be a game changer. So that's what I've done, and I've been living gluten-free for the past 3 months. I'll tell you how it's going in an upcoming video. Let's get back to Thanksgiving dinner. Now, let's talk about those creamy smashed potatoes. They're fluffy on the inside and crispy on the outside, the ultimate comfort food. So easy, so creamy, so yummy, and yet crispy. Boil your potatoes until fork tender, then smash them with a bit of butter, garlic, and some fresh herbs. You can't go wrong with these.
I use whole red potatoes, extra virgin olive oil, garlic powder to taste, onion powder to taste, salt, freshly ground black pepper, and that is it. Bake them for 20 to 25 minutes, either in your oven or in your air fryer, which will need a little bit less time, but just until they're nicely browned and sizzling. So you will need to watch it, but they taste awesome.
Sweet baked potatoes, oh my goodness. We're going to roast them to perfection until they're tender, and then put a tablespoon of butter, sprinkle some brown sugar and chili powder. Yes, you heard that right, on top. It's a delightful side dish that's healthy, and I love it. Golden freezer corn, simply reheated and it's ready to eat. You can find the recipe on how you can fill your freezer with this delicious side dish. Just click on that link on the top corner. It's the perfect addition to balance the richness of the ham and potatoes, naturally bursting with flavor. For a pop of color and crunch, we had to have carrots straight from our garden. These are a refreshing, healthy addition to the feast. We sliced them up and ate them just as they are, but you could serve them with a delicious gluten-free dip for that extra wow factor. Well, now it's time for dessert. What's Thanksgiving without a slice of pumpkin pie? We've got a homemade gluten-free pie crust, and you might have seen the recent video on how to make it that I posted last week. It's filled with a velvety pumpkin filling, spiced to perfection, on top with some whipped cream, and you've got a slice of heaven on your plate. My husband said it was the best crust he's ever eaten, and that's saying something. And last but not least, our warm and comforting apple crisp. It's made with gluten-free oats, Bob's Red Mill, 1-to-1 flour, sliced apples, cinnamon, crumble topping. Bake it until it's bubbling and golden brown, and your guests won't be able to resist.
The crumble topping is 1.5 cups of oatmeal, 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and 6 tablespoons of soft margarine. The apples were already put into a freezer bag with 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of 1-to-1 flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Put those on top, the mixing on top, and bake at 350 degrees for 30 to 45 minutes until bubbly.
So there you have it, my friends, a gluten-free Thanksgiving dinner that will leave your guests in awe. From the succulent bone-in ham to the sweet baked potatoes and the mouth-watering desserts, this meal is sure to become a cherished tradition at your Thanksgiving table. Serving a gluten-free meal doesn't have to be a challenge. It just takes some planning and adjusting some of your classic recipes, and no one will know the difference. The buns were made by my mom on the weekend before, and the kids just have to have a dinner roll with their Thanksgiving meal. Next year, I will hopefully be able to have some gluten-free buns at the table for me to enjoy as well. I hope you enjoyed this journey through my gluten-free Thanksgiving feast. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more delicious recipes and hit that thumbs up if you found this video helpful. And please don't forget to share your Thanksgiving memories and favorite gluten-free recipes in the comments below. I'm starting to gather them. Wishing you all the wonderful gluten-free Thanksgiving filled with love, joy, and delicious food. Until next time, happy baking and happy holidays.